What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. What are the consequences for being a deadbeat mom? You know, I juggle with that because I don't see any. If a mother leads a child down the wrong path, I really don't see women saying, "Okay, look, y'all heifers giving us a bad name." I don't see that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it. I don't see the judicial system saying, "You know what? All y'all are not good mothers. So some of y'all got to go to jail for being fuck ups. Some of y'all got to lose custody for being fuck ups. Some of y'all need supervised visitation. Some of y'all need a stern kick in the ass. Some of y'all gonna have y'all wages garnished." And I'm saying that because I think one of the problems that guys have with custody, child support, divorce, anything involving the legal system and the male female parent dynamic is the fact that excuse me is the fact that our consequences are built in and set, and we can see what's going to happen if we don't do certain things. We don't see anything happening to y'all for doing fucked up shit. Like, we don't. Like, okay, what exactly? You get a slap on the wrist for being a bad parent. And it's crazy because what happens when, okay, if a father lives good and a mother doesn't, the child needs to live good, like to a degree, like the father lives. We'll put the child with the father. If the mother lives good, doesn't live good, the question becomes, okay, would the mother live in poverty or check to check or just barely get by without the kid? And a lot of the times they would. It's not like these women who are on Section 8 or uh, have food stamps or WIC or need all kinds of any kind of assistance in life, all this assistance in life, wouldn't be like that if they didn't have a kid. Like, if the kids left the house, they would probably still need food stamps, WIC, daycare assistance, light assistance and housing assistance and everything. Like, it wouldn't change a thing. So to say that it's because of the kids, I think is ridiculous. Because, and the reason I say that is because when a lot of these kids grow up to be an adult, a lot of these women still live in messed up situations. A lot of these women are still living from check to check and in poverty or almost near poverty. Not because they didn't have the money, but because they are reckless with their spending habits because people have been subsidizing them for so long they're used to subsidies. And on the flip side of that, you don't see too many fathers in poverty after that last payment is made. And you don't see a lot of fathers in poverty even when they're on child support. They figure out ways to maintain their own household. A lot of times guys go broke or find themselves in financial strain either because they lose their job and they got to make modifications or they don't want to make modifications or they constantly have a child's mother who's constantly filing for an increase and an increase and an increase to subsidize her increase in lifestyle because she wants more. Not the kid needs more, but she wants more. Now, Me just being a person who looks at not necessarily conspiracy, but what's coming up the road is once they started giving these young ladies these debit cards. I think I said this before. Don't think the government's not watching you. Don't think paying for shit that have nothing to do with kids, with child support money, is not going to come back to bite a lot of you women in the ass. When they cut these food stamps, you should have known what's coming down the road, because for years they've seen that you didn't need all this fucking food. For years you still have unhealthy kids, obese kids. Now how can poor people have obese kids and be obese? It's the craziest shit in the world for somebody who's living under $20,000 a year or $21,000 a year with children to be obese. That don't fucking make sense. I'm not trying to say they're supposed to be starving and anorexic, but obese? Oh, something's up. That means you doing better than you letting on. It's crazy for these kids to have all of these Christmas gifts and clothes and toys, and they get to college and don't know shit. How can you go to college and you don't know biology, but you do know Versace? That's fucking crazy. I hope I'm not getting off topic. I'm going to leave it at that point, particularly because what I'm saying at the end of the day is the way it's been going, consequences are imminent because society sees what's been happening. That's it. That's it.